Welcome back, everybody. We are back out on the range, and as you probably guessed from the title of the video and the shooting montage and the intro, we are going over this silencer today. It is the Surefire RC2 SOCOM. So I have this in both FDE and black. That should tell you something about how I feel about it. And basically, it's a quick attach silencer that has been awarded the contract by U.S. Military, U.S. SOCOM, for the vast majority of their guns. So if you look around, a lot of the Mark 18s, the new URGIs, etc., most of them out there are going to be using this silencer. Of course, individual units that may vary. Because that sort of is the nature of SOCOM. Regardless, this is an improvement on their early RC SOCOM, so it's the 2, and it does some things very differently. One of them is going to be to minimize first round flash and first round pop by the way they changed out the way the baffle stack is designed, and additionally it has a minimal IR signature as well for a suppressor. Of course, all suppressors get hot quickly and give off a high IR signature, but compared to other offerings out there on the market, this one here is going to minimize that due to the materials that it is made from. Additionally, in terms of size, it's 6.4 inches and it works with their mounts. It's very simple to put on there, and we'll get into that here a little bit later on as well. It's very quick to mount, and it's a rugged, durable system that tends to not have a large POI shift. And the beauty of it is, even if your gun is going to have a POI shift with it, due to the tapered mount on there, it's going to be consistent every time. So with that, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, and that is going to be Gunspot. For folks that don't know, it is an online auction site where you can quickly create an account, log in, bid, sell, any of the type of things that this channel is about. If you like what this channel talks about, they're all over there on Gunspot, so you guys can check it out. Again, it's an online auction site, very simple to use and navigate. And with that, let's see what kind of decibel reduction we get out of this silencer, because it's relatively small, on a couple different barrel lengths, and then come back and sort of walk through the details of it. We're going to start it out with just the flash hider here on a 16-inch mid-length Smith & Wesson. Get some ratings. Ammo is going to be Remington 45 grain 223. Thanks to them for their support of the channel, being the sponsor, and we'll get this test going. I should add that we are at 1.6 meters, and the actual meter there is 1 meter to the left. One thing about this test in particular is that we have flash hiders on there, so that's going to make it a little bit quieter than if we're using a brake. Now we're going to throw the silencer on, come right back. Same Remington ammo, this time with a 10.3 inch URGI, now discontinued upper, with a 4-prong flash hider on there. So again, that flash hider is going to make our initial numbers a little bit lower than it would be otherwise. Now we'll throw the can on. Now that we've seen the decibel reduction numbers, I wanted to talk about the mounting system. So Surefire makes a number of 556 compatible 1/2x28 thread mounts like this one here. This is their closed tine version, but they also make the war comp, the 3-prong, the 4-prong, etc. But all of them have this little piece right here on the modern ones, and that is an indexing point for your silencer. Additionally, they have this tapered portion here, which does a couple things. Like I mentioned earlier, it helps give you consistent POI with the can on there. It's always going to taper and mount consistently. Additionally, it creates a spot that basically the lock up there prevents a lot of gas shooting back out of the can, which certainly is nice. And to mount it, we have Surefire's quick attach system here, so you want to make sure it's all the way in the open position, and then you'll see that there is a notch on the inside collar of the silencer, and at that point you're just going to want to align the two, and you'll know that they're aligned when it does that. When it goes over it, you can feel it go over, and you feel it buttress up against that taper. So at this point, all you're going to do is ratchet it down until you can't go anymore, and that is attached. You're good to go. It ain't coming off. Now, some folks in the past have complained that Surefire cans have gotten carbon locked. If that happens to you, just undo the locking collar here, fire a shot, it'll come off, I promise. But I've never had carbon lock on Surefires, and I've had these on plenty of machine guns, and it's never happened to me. I'm just saying that that is a design feature of it, should it happen to you. And again, to take it off, it has this little push button on there. You just push that in, as you might surmise rather, and then it comes right off just as quick there. And again, repeatable POI on and off. At this point in the video, we've covered most of the important things, with a few exceptions that we'll get to here in just a few seconds. But without question, those decibel reduction numbers there that you guys just saw show that this can is very efficient. So you can see similar dB reduction numbers out of other 5.56 cans out there, but none that I know of that I've tested to date that are this small in terms of overall volume. And of course, it has all of the other additional features that we've talked about throughout the video. The quick detach, it's rated for barrels down to 10 inches for full auto fire. I know that there has been a documented case of the military unit sending one of these back to Surefire with 90,000 rounds on it for it to be serviced, and they sent it back after servicing it, and the can is still going. So in terms of durability, very, very durable as well. And in terms of service, just for folks who don't know, highly unlikely you'll ever fire enough rounds to ever do that in your life with a silencer. But should you do so, these are made right here in America, so it's very easy to get in touch with Surefire. Surefire is not going away. They will be around a long time. And if you ever have an issue with your can, they will service it for you. So that is a nice thing. One con about this system, though, in my opinion, is the mounts. The mounts are very good. They're excellent. They're fantastic, but they're expensive. So they're not cheap, nor is the silencer. So unlike, like, for example, chemo compatible mounts or silencers that have a lot of competitive offerings with a lot of different folks making the mounts for them, which of course drives down cost, right? Competition's a good thing in that regard for the consumer. Surefire makes a Surefire mount, and that's it. So unfortunately, they're not cheap, and this silencer MSRP is around $1,100. Of course, you can find it for cheaper out there on the streets. The one thing I will say about that, though, is that whenever a new contract comes up, it's hard to find these for a long time. They'll be gone for like a year or a year and a half. So if you're looking to get one, I would get it. And I should also mention, what is my relationship with Surefire? I know folks at Surefire. I've worked with them on other projects. However, they have never worked with me at all on silencers. I bought the FDE one that I have, and then this one came from the folks over at AR15discounts.com, so I appreciate that. And so again, no relationship. They don't get to preview anything like that, but they are good folks. And honestly, if this can meets the needs that you have for whatever system you're looking for, and you don't need a 30 caliber can, or whatever the case may be, or something that's going to mount underneath a handguard, because it is difficult to operate that system if you're trying to do so under a handguard, then it's definitely one I would recommend highly, for sure. It does everything it says it does, which is not always the case, as we know, with marketing material in the gun industry. And honestly, the numbers that I saw are a little bit better than even what they quoted. So under promising rather and over delivering are always going to be a good thing. So that's pretty much it. If you like this type of video and you're not subscribed here on the channel, definitely hit the subscribe button. If you've done that and you've hit the notification bell and you're still not seeing 2 to 4 videos a week here on the channel, you can sign up for my email list here at this website on your screen. This list only goes out at most once a month, and it has all of the videos since the previous email went out, so that way there's no social media giant censoring your eyes from my content. Additionally, check me out across various social media, because I actively post pretty much every day. Where here on YouTube, again, it's 2 to 4 videos a week. And with that, if you guys are looking for deals on any of the gear and stuff like that that we review, or basically anything that's on the channel, if it goes on sale, it will be in my daily deals email. And that goes out every day, as the name indicates. Sometimes I miss a day. It's rare, but it does happen. And it contains 6 or 7 of the best deals that we find around the internet. And if it's in that email, it's the cheapest that I know of on that day anywhere on the internet. So that way it saves you guys some time, because you don't have to do the looking, and hopefully saves you some money on items that you're interested in. And with that, we'll close the video out. Thank you all for watching. I truly appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing everybody in the next video.